Welcome to Skater Stories, where we are asking members of our skate community to share their story of why they started roller skating to inspire others. I'm Mel, owner of Roller Girl Gang and passionate roller skater. Today's skater story is shared by Kim. Thank you, Kim, for sharing your story. It was an absolute pleasure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
So, yeah, I know we're recording now. So I am really delighted to be joined by Kim, who has got some very fancy skates that we were very excited. So I'm just going to pass over to Kim to introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your skate background or how you've come to roller skating.
Hello, my name is Kim, rhythm skater from Ipswich. Well, it's a long one, really. I started off skating in about 1978. I know, a long while ago. And
Really?
yeah, and that was kind of, I would say, because I started off, I'm a dancer, really. So I off dancing at school in about 1973-4. Got into soul music, disco, jazz, funk, and things like that. And then, as we started to go out to clubs in London, realised that there was another scene going on as well. So there, a few of us bought skates. We had to go to London to buy them at the time. I think I started a set of Rydell hockey boots that were converted even back then. And then we started to go into roller discos in London. That kept going for a little while, and I'm trying to think what happened. We did that for a bit, and then I think I got into Latin jazz dancing for a little while. So then the skating disappeared for a little while.
Yeah.
Then I got into racing bikes, which I'm kind of probably more well known for. I raced bikes for 28 years, 10 years in the 80s roadside, and then 18 years right until I was 58, and I was sponsored right up to the minute I stopped.
Wow.
So I was still probably quite lively at 62. But it's either done music and skating or cycling. So my whole life has been one or the other. So when I've excelled at one, the other one's dropped away. So it's been quite interesting like that. One time when I was off of because I had a break from road cycling between I started mountain biking, and I had about 10 years where I didn't do that much. Well, I'd say I didn't do that much. I'm always doing something, but I ended up from dancing to DJing, and yeah, that was a pirate radio station DJ on 2 or 3 different stations. And in that time, I think I bought a set of rollerblades and was doing that on and off with the kids. So I've never been more than, say, 6 or 7 years without roller skating, I suppose. And then I think I'm trying to think what it was. Must have been, hang on, I took some notes here. When was it? Oh, I don't know. About 10 years ago, I think. I thought, I wouldn't mind skating again. So I started looking on YouTube and discovered what was actual jam skating, which is, I have discussions with people that, the difference between jam skating and rhythm skating. And jam skating originally was break dancing on skates. I started watching that, kept seeing different clips and things. And then eventually I found people like T-Stacks. So I started practicing that. I was doing that in the winter, so as an additional exercise instead of getting on the bike. And I did I suppose I did about 5 or 6 winters of that. And then I don't know, I had a break for something. I think I tore a psoas muscle, so the inner part of the groin. So I gained a low. And then I'd say about 5 years ago, just when I sort of was in the middle of trying, shall I keep racing or not? I really got into rhythm skating properly. And I'd say it takes a while. If you're going to do something, it takes a while to build up the skill levels of things. And I'd say over the I've been doing it sort of consistently now for about 5 years, but over the last even 3 months, I see the leaps and bounds. You hit little plateaus where you have, and it takes a while for I guess it's the muscle memory. So to sort of kick in, so you're not even thinking what you're doing, then you can improvise, and that's when you start to improve. And then back, say now, I'm doing things that I saw 10 years ago and thought, there's no way I'll ever be able to do that. And now I can. And it is it's just a steady form of keep building and trying and keep practicing. Don't be scared to fall over. That's all I can say to you. And if I give any beginners any advice, it's learn to fall and don't be scared of falling. Once you've got that out of the way, I'd say get pads and things first, really, wrist guards, elbows and knees. But once you're not scared of falling, then you can move forward, I'd say. And I find with lots of real beginners, that's what they're scared of.
Yes, definitely, especially adult beginners.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the older they are, the more fear they have.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's like if you come off your bike, if you're older, you don't want to get back on it again. If you're younger, you just jump back on it and you're away again, aren't you? It's just what it's like. Yeah, so life. So I've always been active. So I suppose at my age now, I'm probably a lot more active than your average 62-year-old. So I find it reasonably. I don't get out of breath really skating because the level of activity I used to do is hardly anything. But I would say that my range of movement is slowly sort of decreasing a little bit, and sort of punch and power, to go down into different moves and spring back is slowly going. But you just adapt and do what you can. And as long as you're enjoying it, that's the main thing, because I think it's a right buzz. Just going around on wheels is a buzz, let alone dancing on wheels.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
And it's the people you meet as well. I'm because I get about quite a bit. I'm often in London. I'm in Birmingham a lot. I love skating in Birmingham. It's probably my favourite place to skate because it's so friendly. The rollout BHX lot. I tend to go to their events.
Yeah, they're a good lot in Birmingham.
Yeah, they seems more friendly there for some reason. I don't know. It's the Midlands. It's weird where I am because I'm sort of Ipswich way, and there's nothing here. Our closest ring now is Malden, after Roller World shut.
Oh right.
Yeah, so our about 50-minute drive away. So we're not particularly close to anything. So wherever I go, I've got to travel. So, I haven't talked about the waterfront yet, have I? That's a bit bad. Right. Oh yes.
Talk about the waterfront.
Yeah. During lockdown, the rinks shut, obviously, and eventually a little bit. So I thought, right, I've got to practice. So a friend of mine said, well, have you tried down the waterfront? That's nice and smooth. So I thought, I'll have a look at that. I went down there and it's really smooth paving slabs, and it's outside the Cult Bar, which is a bar, but it's got lovely big mirrors, windows that act like mirrors. Then I started bringing my music along and started dancing in front of these, practicing, and gradually the skaters came, more and more skaters, and it just got bigger and bigger. And locally, that's quite a big thing. I was interviewed on 2 different radio stations, but one of the BBC ones as well, because of the vibe that we've created. And then we still do. I run a Facebook group /Cult Bar Ipswich, and and whenever I post up that we're going to skate down there, it's normally well attended. Even this time of year, we're getting quite a few down there, which is
really,
hardcore.
Yeah.
And that kind of helps that I was a DJ, so I supply the music and the sound system, and away we go. We're actually quite lucky because we're not we never get any moaning about how loud it is, because it is fairly loud. Whoops, I didn't say that, did I?
No. But loud, but friendly and welcoming.
There's because it's right. There's the bar. There's a paved area which goes out, I don't know, about 15, 20 meters, and that's really long.
Mm.
Then avias, and then there's the docks. So there's all boats. So sometimes if certain boats are moored there, they're all watching you as well. And you get quite a few people just sort of hanging about because of the music and watching us.
Mm.
We've even had the police come up to us and reckon, you know, we create such a lovely vibe down here, which was kind of nice to hear. Yeah.
I think skaters do have that energy
Yeah.
where it's enjoyable to watch
Yeah, definitely.
as well, but more enjoyable to take part, but definitely it's an enjoyable thing to watch.
I mean, the people in the bar really love us because during lockdown, we were bringing people to their bar, you know, when they were only allowed to serve outside because, you know, even when they first started selling drinks in plastic bags almost, they were with straw. If you can remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did well because they put a container outside and they were selling things as well. So then people were just buying stuff and sort of standing about watching us.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So it's created a nice thing along the waterfront, to be fair.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I'll add it on my places to visit definitely this year. I'll come down.
Trying to get something in the summer going because I know, you know, because I skate quite a few places now. I really ought to get in, you know, talk to the bar, and because sometimes music outside anyway, so it's only a matter of turning the speakers towards the water a bit more, and then we're there. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
No, it is skate really.
Yeah, I mean, that's such a great story of, like, with some advice there chucked in as well about, get over your fear of falling.
Yeah,
and
that
that's
is
kind of one of the biggest barriers.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and just stay active. So no, not thinking of stopping skating anytime soon.
Oh no, I'm loving it. I'm learning all the while. It's nice to do something that I'm getting better at, as opposed to seeing myself that was really good at something slowly get worse. You know, you got no motivation if you try harder and get slower.
Yeah,
But
I can totally
I
appreciate
was
that.
putting much effort, but yeah. But yeah, I think you meet such lovely people as well. You know, met you through skating, and
Bless you.
yeah, but there's so many nice people out there. You know?
Yes, I agree. Like, we've connected through roller skating, and I don't know another activity that we would necessarily have done that with. I think skaters do tend to travel.
Yeah, we've got such a diverse lot down the waterfront as well. People I would never have sort of bumped into normally. Great. I mean, do you know Amy Rainbow?
I don't know her, but I follow her.
She was working in the Cult Bar and hadn't skated for ages, and I go, come on, get your skates out. And eventually she did, and she's been so grateful and thankful that I did tell her, because she's sort of really famous now and doing things, getting back to what she really liked doing. So yeah, that's been really nice. I remember she was interviewed on the radio, and she go, I can't believe this all started with one old man skating outside. And I didn't let her I wouldn't let her, one old man.
Cheeky.
Yeah, it was funny. We all find it so funny. It was quite yeah.
Oh, thank you, Kim. Thank you so much for sharing that story. And I think it'll inspire lots of people to think, well, actually, I can slowly get better at something. I'm not racing to get better at anything. It's just
there's no
what
hurry.
I want to do.
No, you don't aim too big to start with, and then you'll improve. Don't expect it to happen tomorrow, because it won't. And you know, you gradual little steps, and before you know what's happened, you'll be doing things you thought you couldn't. And it's great fun.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Oh, no problem.
We are out of time now, but I could carry on talking for much longer. So maybe we need to have a longer chat at some point.
Yeah, no worries.
When I come and visit the waterfront in Ipswich.
I'll definitely try and put something on. I've got to. The Birmingham guys keep asking me to, so yeah, because they like to travel.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we'll set something up and let us know for sure. Thank you,
All right.
Kim.
Thank you.
See you again.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to today's skate story. I hope you find it as inspiring and uplifting as I did. Can't wait for the next one.